Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Connetquot High School, home of this Long Island girls lacrosse matchup here. It's the LILJ Buoy game of the week here on LI Sports Network. Brady Campbell with Ellis Joshua here once again at Connetquot High School. It is the Connetquot Thunderbirds against the William Floyd Colonials. Early on in the season, a very cold, windy day here in early April. Ellis, should be a good one today. Both these teams in slightly different places coming into this game. William Floyd currently 2-2 on the year at 500. Connetquot 0-3. But a very important game despite being early in the year.
Yeah, definitely an important game. Like you said, this is a league game. These two teams from Suffolk Class A. So Connetquot coming in still seeking their first win at 0-3. William Floyd coming in at 2-2. So this should definitely be a good one. And keep an eye as we get closer and closer to the playoffs down the stretch if this game has any implications on the standings in Class A.
Indeed, Connetquot 0-1 so far in their conference. Both these teams in Conference A, and Connetquot falling 10-6 against Long Beach. They fell to Wantagh 12-4, and then a tight one against Northport 6-4. They'll be looking for a big win, first win at home, of course, as well this season. Meanwhile, for William Floyd, they dropped to 0-2, two very tough losses, 14-4, 15-4 respectively against Rocky Point and Smithtown West, before responding in a big way over Bellport, and then a high-scoring affair against Smithtown East got them back to a 2-2 record. As we're just about set to go, will be Connetquot in the home white, and in the road green will be the Colonials of William Floyd. Opening draw here at midfield to start things off. 12 minutes on the clock as we are underway just about between the Colonials and the Thunderbirds. And the draw controlled here by Connetquot. Off the opening draw control, moving it Kaylee Fitzgibbon, and into the attacking end come the T-Birds. Behind the net it goes. We get a whistle here in the early going.
And in this matchup, especially for the T-Birds, definitely some young guns on this roster, and expect them to make an impact in this game. You're talking about some 2028s as well as 2029s, so definitely look for them to be impactful in this game and throughout the course of the season for the T-Birds.
Ground ball picked up here. A good opening possession by the T-Birds, moving things around. As you alluded to, a lot of young talent for both these teams, especially for this Connetquot Sayville squad looking for their first win on the season. Backdoor pass, they score, and the Thunderbirds strike first.
So that goal there, scored by Sydney Elizalde, the senior committed to Cortland, and so she strikes first for the T-Birds to get them the early 1-0 lead here so far.
Elizalde, her 8th goal on the season, opens the scoring exactly 1 minute into the game. And so exactly the start that Connetquot was looking for. Just Elizalde going to basically goal line extended there, receiving that pass, and puts it behind the starting goaltender today for William Floyd, number 32, Julia Hipperling. Has started every game so far. She has 35 saves throughout the first 4 games on the season.
So back on the draw circle where it's Ava Tiedman and Genevieve Lineman, and another possession going to Connetquot.
Settling things down here are the T-Birds. They go back up top, lineman on it. Fires it across, and they'll settle things down here again. They control the first 2 draws of the game, as well as led to some offense so far. Pass inside, the shot doesn't get through.
Yeah, and that's a nice save there by Hipperling.
Picked up at the side of the crease, and Connetquot comes away with possession again. Pass up top, fumbled a bit, scooped back up by Connetquot, and now thrown across. Here's the lineman. Goes behind the net with it.
Nearly a turnover, but the T-Birds able to keep that one from going out of bounds.
Pass goes up top now. Once more to the near side. Genevieve Lyman looking for some help. Returns it. Pass down low again. They go behind the net with it. Moving out in front. A shot goes just wide. Comes all the way across and finally scooped up here by the Colonials, and they'll look to head back the other way. A good possession once again by the T-Birds. This time they come up empty, and it's Samantha Seaman who will start back ahead with it.
So now the first possession of the game on offense for the Colonials, looking to get settled in offensively here and get on the scoreboard. So a nice defensive stance on the other end by William Floyd. Saved by Hipperling, and then that GB, as you mentioned, by Seaman, and now Floyd will settle in on offense here, looking to tie up this game.
Here's Tiedemann. Goes back across with it. And we get a whistle there. We'll restart from the top of the circle. Looks like perhaps a free position attempt here for the Colonials. First one of the game for either side.
So this is going to be number 9, Madison Wadecki, with the rock for Floyd.
She takes a shot. A bounce shot missed the net wide. Goes out of bounds, and they'll give possession to the T-Birds.
That's a nice job there for Connetquot by Jenna Zachman, winning the chase there for possession. So this is going to be going back the other way.
Zachman wins the possession, and now they bring it back with some pace. We'll settle things down to the outside. And we'll make a few substitutions in the box. Stepping out is Bianca Graham onto the field. Here's a lineman once again on the near side. Throws it across. They go back down low. Moving the rock all around the field here. Getting everyone involved. Lineman back on it. Fitzgibbon down low. And once more back up top. Just circling the box here in the offensive zone. Now a feed down low in front of the crease. Gets knocked down, scooped up by Hipperling. And she'll look to restart back the other way as William Floyd looks to clear.
Tough look there for the T-Birds. A little bit into traffic there. And William Floyd doing a nice job of coming up with that possession and a successful clear. So the ball now back on offense with the Colonials.
7 minutes to go here in the opening quarter. A 1-0 lead for Connetquot Sayville. The home team here at their high school. Brady Campbell with Ellis Joshua. As this one goes out of bounds. And Connetquot will settle things down. And come back the other way with it. Bring it over midfield. Fresh shot clock here for the T-Birds.
Yeah, so another nice job by Connetquot clearing the ball up to their offense, giving themselves plenty of time to work with.
That shot just missed wide from the outside, backed up behind the goal. And the T-Birds will have another possession. Still plenty of time here on the shot clock, 57 seconds left. 6 minutes to go in the opening quarter as we approach the halfway point.
So we have a free position here for Elizalde, and she shoots. And that is going to be another save for Hipperling.
Julia Hipperling has the one goal allowed so far, the only goal on the board, but since then has been lights out for this Colonials team, who comes back the other way with it. Twisting and turning is Natalie Semilhan. Throws it behind the goal.
Yeah, now they have the ball back up top. So possession right now with number 15 for Floyd, Riley Meyer. You're going to work this one around.
Meyer settles, goes back across with it. Feed now back down low. Avoiding the referee there, feeding it back up top was Casarino. Step down chance, forced back to the outside. Good defense here by the T-Birds.
Yeah,
across.
Yeah, nicely done defensively by Connetquot. And the shot clock now at 25 seconds for William Floyd. And you know, one of the players that they're definitely going to want to get involved, but Connetquot's doing a great job of shutting her, is Emma DeMeo, the junior committed to Stony Brook, as it's Tiedemann with the rock with inside of 10 to shoot.
Shot clock to 5. Up top, great defense here by the T-Birds, and William Floyd runs out of time. Good possession overall, but in the end, nothing towards the goal, and Connetquot will take possession back.
Yeah, that's a great defensive stance by the T-Birds, making William Floyd use the entirety of the shot clock and not able to even get a shot off there to try to get something on goal to salvage the offensive possession. So the T-Birds getting the defensive stop and another successful clear, getting the ball back up to their offense.
Still only that one goal on the board for either side, belonging to Connetquot. They look to extend the lead here as we enter the later stages of quarter number 1. Feed out towards the front, knocked away. Scoop back up, and Connetquot once again taking back possession. Great play that time by Hayden Murphy. Feed inside, turning with it, a shot, score! 2-0 Connetquot. I believe that was Murphy on the inside. As we get another look at it here, great passing. May have been lineman. Hayden Murphy, it was Murphy there who cut in. Lyman switched back out with her to the outside. A great feed into Murphy. Quick turn and buries that one.
Yeah, so Murphy, the St. Joseph's commit, burying that one to give Connetquot the 2-0 lead here with 3:16 to go here in this first quarter.
Bit of a delay here after the goal, awaiting the draw.
So as we go back to the draw circle here, once again for Connetquot, it's going to be Genevieve Lineman on the draw, and for William Floyd, it's going to be Riley Meyer. So battle of young guns between the freshman lineman and the 8th grader Meyer.
Up in the air it goes, and it looks like Meyer comes away with it. And so the Colonials go back on the offensive, finding themselves down 2 now. Had a long possession last time out, came away with nothing towards the goal. Great defense by Connetquot. Now they'll settle things down. Tiedemann gets the return feed. The LIU commit, graduating from William Floyd in 2026. Pass up top. Swarming defense by the T-Birds. Behind the net it goes.
And that's good defense for the T-Birds, but it looks like we do have a foul called. So Melchiona, she'll start behind, and possession with DeMeo.
So Emma DeMeo will start here behind the goal, off to an angle, now cuts towards the middle, tries to feed it across, pass knocked down. T-Birds emerge with it.
Yeah, and that pass intended there for Pimentel, but instead it's going back the other way. So coming up with possession there, Lily Van Kalmthout. So a turnover by Floyd, and another offensive possession for Connetquot, now inside of 2 minutes remaining here in the first quarter.
Can either team take advantage, get a big goal here to close out quarter number 1? It's a 2-0 lead for the Thunderbirds of Connetquot. On their home turf, Elliott moves it, gets it back. Goes across for the lineman. Now down low, Silhan, the pass, gets it back. Goes across Elliott, feed down low. Pass out in front, a shot, score! With just 1 minute and 11 seconds on the clock, Connetquot takes the 3-0 lead.
You gotta love the ball movement by the T-Birds on that offensive possession. You let the ball do the work, as they say.
Kate Steffens with the finish. Number 31 in white. So a 3-0 lead for Connetquot. With just over a minute left on the clock, here in quarter number 1, can William Floyd get a big late goal here in the opening quarter? Draw control, still loose. Colonials do come away with it. A big one for them. Back the other way they come. And turning with it now is Tiedemann. Brings it into the box and will settle things down. Perhaps holding for maybe the last shot or so. Don't want to give Connetquot any chances, that's for sure. Trailing by 3.
Yeah, this is definitely a good opportunity if you're William Floyd, with the shot clock now not a factor here, to play for that final shot of the first quarter.
Up top it goes. Rock move by Wadecki. They go down to the corner with it. 55 on the shot clock, but more importantly, 15 now on the game clock in the quarter. Feed towards the middle, knocked down.
Yeah, and we're going to have a foul here, so this is going to stay with Floyd. So possession will remain with Ava Tiedemann. So she's going to get a free position here with 8 seconds remaining in the first quarter. A chance to get Floyd on the board.
And she does.
Nice finish there, going high to low and able to get the game's first goal for the Colonials to make this a 3-1 game. Just what they needed as we wind down here in this first quarter.
Huge goal on the free position. Just winds up, as you said, high to low. They went 5-hole there on the goaltender, Morley. And the 14th goal of the season in this young campaign for Tiedemann. The aforementioned LIU commit. And that gets William Floyd a bit closer in what is likely the final goal of the opening 12 minutes. Barring a dramatic draw control win here.
So back on the draw circle once again, it's Riley Meyer for Floyd and Genevieve Lineman for Connetquot. Now just a couple seconds left here.
Controlled by Connetquot. That will do it for that first quarter. Pretty good one. That was back and forth in the end. Connetquot, though, does have the 3-1 lead. They were able to take advantage of almost every single possession they had and had lockdown defense for a majority of that opening 12 minutes.
Yeah, well, I would definitely say that the defense for Connetquot was the story in that first quarter. Again, one of the players, or the primary player that Floyd would love to get involved offensively is Emma DeMeo, but it's tough to do when she's being shut by that Connetquot defense. So, of course, they did their homework. Coach Piscatelli all over it, I'm sure, in the scouting report. Do not let Emma DeMeo beat you offensively. And they've done a very good job of keeping her contained through the first 12 minutes of this game. So that's something that they will definitely try to keep up here for the remainder of this game.
Indeed they will. We'll step aside for a very brief break here between quarters and be back for the second momentarily. Here's the LILJ Buoy Game of the Week on LI Sports Network. And welcome back to the LILJ Buoy Game of the Week here on LI Sports Network. Brady Campbell and Ellis Joshua with you from Connetquot High School. The Thunderbirds, the home team, they have the 3-1 lead to start the second quarter over the William Floyd Colonials. A hot start for the T-Birds. Had, as Ellis mentioned right before we went to break, a big defensive stand in the latter stages of the quarter. The Colonials, however, did get some momentum after getting that last goal with just about 8 seconds on the clock. And they start with the ball here after the draw control.
Yeah, so this is important, I would say, for William Floyd, getting that first possession here to start quarter number 2. So a chance for them to get within 1 after winning that draw. Not quite sure what the stoppage is for here. Our officials may have been checking the timer.
Can't quite tell exactly what's going on. I believe we're set to go now. Indeed we are. So the Colonials, on a very windy day here on Long Island, will take things over and bring it into the attacking end. Here's Wadecki, goes behind with it. Now a centering pass out in front, and they score. Exactly the start to the quarter the Colonials wanted. A quick passing play down low when they get within 1.
Yeah, and that's a great job by William Floyd. The finish on the goal there by Tiedemann. So that is her second of the game, and that makes this a 3-2 game now early on in the second quarter.
So Tiedemann back-to-back goals in about a minute, with the overlap between quarters, of course, gets the Colonials back to within a goal. The Colonials 2-2 on the season thus far here in Class A girls lacrosse on Long Island, Suffolk County.
And Brady, we got to give that assist to number 12, Riley Wygand, with the nice feed to set up Tiedemann for that finish.
That was a phenomenal passing play. Tic-tac-toe. They went down low to Wygand and then right out in front to Tiedemann to get themselves right back in it. They start with the ball here, and it's like we get a whistle. They'll stay with possession. It'll be Samantha Seaman. We'll start things off here to get us back in play.
Yeah, they actually give the ball to Tiedemann now, and she goes right back to Seaman. So from 3-0 to a chance now to potentially be a 3-3 game. And a look by Pimentel, or Seaman, excuse me. But this is going to end up going back to the T-Birds. So that one was scooped up by Shannon Morley in the cage. And it looks like, yeah, we will have a whistle here as William Floyd on the ride looking to apply pressure. But the ball stays with Connetquot, and they'll look to clear up to their offense.
Yeah, they had a turnover there for a split second before the foul call. So possession back with the T-Birds in the home white uniforms today. They'll look to clear things out of their own end here. A lot of pressure being applied by the Colonials.
Yeah, this is a nice job by William Floyd, because now the shot clock, Brady, at 50 seconds, and this is going to wind up, looks like, being a turnover, so they don't clear the ball. Now it's with DeMeo for William Floyd, and she draws the foul, so give possession back to Emma DeMeo here. And going behind will be Ava Truglio.
DeMeo centers it towards the front, bouncing down. Looked like they got a shot away, but it ends up wide. Goes all the way to the end line, and we get the whistle. What's the call? Looks like it's going to stay with the Colonials.
Oh, no, they do in fact call this Connetquot ball. So this is going to be going back the other way. So the T-Birds with the defensive stance there after the turnover. And now once again, they'll look to clear the ball up to their offense. And this time they do so successfully.
Much easier time clearing it there. Now they'll look to go on the attack. Quick ball movement to start this possession as linemen will now settle things down, go behind with it, return to her.
So actually number 16 is Hayden Murphy.
That pass goes all the way across. Now feedback down. Behind, has the defense tied up. Move quickly up top. A fake, and then faking herself out on the play there is initially losing the handle was Murphy, but we get the whistle.
Yeah, so this ball is going to stay with Connetquot. So number 14, Genevieve Lineman, she's going to remain with possession here after the foul call. And so Seaman, she'll start behind. So 23 seconds on the shot clock for Connetquot to work with.
Lyman moves it quickly. Another pass down low. A takeaway, but it looks like we may have another foul here against William Floyd. And perhaps another free position attempt. We'll see where they start with the ball.
Yeah, so possession right now with the freshman, Kaylee Fitzgibbon, number 7.
She starts with a pass here off the whistle. Now moving with it is Lineman. Goes back. Final seconds of the shot clock, just down to 3. They get one away. Hipperling, though, makes the big save. And the Colonials take back possession. So William Floyd comes up, Connetquot comes up empty that time, but they create a turnover right at the midfield line and come back the other way with it.
Yeah, nice job by Ava Truglio coming up with that loose ball. So another possession on offense for Connetquot.
Have done a great job both defensively and getting back, forcing turnovers so far as it comes up top to Lineman. Feeds it across. We get a whistle here. And another free position attempt for Connetquot. Almost right in front of the cage here. Can't get a much better position than this. Right in, a save, Hipperling. Big rebound. Still being fought for, and the T-Birds do come back away with it.
Yeah, so that'll reset the shot clock after the save by Hipperling. But Connetquot all over the ground ball there, giving themselves another offensive possession. Now that's Lineman, and she takes the contact. So give the ball back to Genevieve Lineman.
So Lineman gets knocked down, as you said. A great look here. Pretty much point blank on the free position look.
So a chance for the freshman here to cash in on the free position. And Lineman, she's going to shoot. Oh, that one goes wide.
Tried to go high non-stick side there, it appeared, and just missed a bit wide. And possession now back to the Colonials. Winning that back and taking ahead now. Getting turned around, but finding a lane now to get up the field, going back the other way. We get a whistle here.
Yeah, so with the rock is number 4, Chloe DeMeo. She draws the foul there. So DeMeo keeping possession, and she gets it up to Samantha Seaman.
Seaman in no particular hurry. Settles things down over for Tiedemann. And goes back to DeMeo. And with just over 4 minutes left here in the first half, William Floyd an opportunity to tie the game.
So this
whistle looks like perhaps shooting space.
Yeah, so this is going to stay with Samantha Seaman, the Georgian court commit. She's going to get the free position here. So she has a chance to knot this game up at 3 apiece.
Seaman moves in to tie it. Missed tie. And it looks like it hit a couple players behind the goal. Did end up out of bounds. Possession will stay with William Floyd. They're looking to quickly restart here. DeMeo being forced back out. Pass across. We get another stoppage.
Yeah, the foul there on that pass by DeMeo. So the ball should be going back to DeMeo here. Oh no, it looks like this is in fact going to be going the other way, it appears. Hard to hear our officials from up in the booth. Hard to hear the whistle a bit too. But this is going to in fact be a turnover. So possession is back with Connetquot. So it's going to start with Lily Van Kalmthout, number 23. And the Floyd sideline trying to get an explanation from the officials.
The coaching staff does not appear to be too happy with the call. Of course, initially it looked like it was against Connetquot, but the officials did have a quick discussion and gave possession back to the Thunderbirds with 2 minutes and 25 seconds and counting remaining here in quarter number 2, half number 1. An errant pass there went to the ground, but great scoop at midfield, and now the T-Birds go on the attack. Up top, another errant pass, but they maintain possession.
Yeah, Bianca Graham keeping that possession alive. And so Connetquot looking to add to this lead here inside of 2 minutes remaining here in the second quarter. In the feed, oh, and ball down.
Still able to get a shot away there off the ground ball. Forced wide, though. Good backup behind the cage. Connetquot maintains possession.
And now that's Graham dishing to Elliott. Now to Silhan.
Silhan moves it down low. Half a minute to shoot. Good defense here by William Floyd, forcing them to the outside. Now a wrap try from behind the crease. Gets stopped by Hipperling.
Yeah, great save there by Hipperling, as that was Elizalde turning the corner there on that shot. So now with 1 minute remaining in the half here, the ball is back on offense with Floyd, and it's Seaman going to give that one up. And for William Floyd, they can now play for the final shot of this first half, as we have a whistle here. So possession will stay with William Floyd after the foul called. So the ball will be going back to number 15, Riley Meyer.
Meyer from a little above goal line extended here. We'll start with it. Goes up top. A pass a bit behind the intended target. Now a battle for the ground ball, and it looks like possession will stay with Floyd.
Yeah, so Tiedemann keeping possession. And now 30 seconds remaining here in the half.
Tiedemann moves it down low to Seaman. Pass all the way up top. Tiedemann being forced back with it. Finds a lane, goes down low. 10 on the clock. Centering pass in front, score! Great passing play again, and William Floyd gets the game evened up with just 4 seconds left in the first half.
So the finish there for Floyd by Tiedemann, number 13. That's her third goal of the game. And this comes with just 4 seconds remaining in the second quarter. And on the feed there is Wygand. So that's a hat trick for Tiedemann. The second assist for Riley Wygand. And we have a 3-3 game here in the closing seconds of quarter number 2.
2 goals in the final minutes of the respective first 2 quarters for Tiedemann. Almost an identical goal to the last one she scored early in the quarter. And a natural hat trick here. She scored the last 3 in the game, gets the game tied up. And off the draw control, they'll give possession here to Connetquot. Perhaps time for one last try. They will not have it. Hipperling a save after the horn. And that'll do it for the first half of play. Connetquot controlling that opening corner, had a 3-0 lead at one point, but since then it's been the Ava Tiedemann show as she has helped lead William Floyd all the way back to tie things up. A 3-3 score after the first half of play. We'll take a brief time out here for halftime. Be back for the start of the second half for the LILJ Buoy Game of the Week on LI Sports Network. And welcome back to Connetquot High School, site of Class A girls lacrosse. Connetquot and William Floyd tied up at 3 as halftime just about concluded, set to go for the second half. Brady Campbell with Ellis Joshua. Ellis had ourselves a pretty good game so far. Connetquot had a 3-0 lead, and William Floyd has stormed all the way back, led by all 3 goals from Ava Tiedemann.
Yeah, Floyd able to answer back after that 3-0 deficit, like you mentioned. And yes, all 3 goals scored by Tiedemann, the junior, committed to LIU. And really for William Floyd, again, it's had to be some of their other players getting involved, you know, like Emma DeMeo not doing too much in this one. And that's a huge credit to the Connetquot defense. But that's what it's all about. Other players stepping up in big spots. And so far, Tiedemann doing just that for Floyd. And Brady, this is a sport really that is a game of runs. And so it was 3-0 T-Birds. Floyd with the last 3 goals to tie it up. So this is going to be an exciting second half in store for the viewers here.
Absolutely. And opening draw controlled by William Floyd. Next goal in this one, a big one. Relatively low scoring compared to some of the other games these teams have played so far this season. Connetquot looking for their first win. They're 0-3 overall, and William Floyd 2-2 looking to get above 500 for the first time. Settled down here by Tiedemann, number 13 in green, up near the top of the box. Now the pass goes down low. Comes back up top. Tiedemann goes down low with it to Seaman. She turns with it. Dribbles a pass behind the cage. Up top it comes to the side. The pass dropped for a moment. Scoop back up, but we do get a whistle here. And it looks like we may have a free position chance coming up for the Colonials.
Yeah, so this one will be by Natalie Samlahan, number 17. So she has a chance to give Floyd their first lead of the game here.
Samlahan moves in, shoots, and she scores! And there it is! Samlahan off the free position attempt. First lead of the game. William Floyd leads it 4-3.
Nicely done by Samlahan with the finish on the free position. So it is Floyd taking their first lead of the game. Samlahan with the bouncer there, and it is good. So now we will make our way back to the draw circle. And once again on the draw, it'll be lineman for Connetquot and Riley Meyer for William Floyd.
Samlahan, the midfielder, class of 2026, with her 5th goal on the young campaign. A big one here for the Colonials early in this third quarter. Ensuing draw won by Connetquot.
Yeah, and that's a big win on the draw for Genevieve Lineman. Because now for Connetquot, a chance to try to stop the bleeding a bit here, as we've seen those 4 unanswered goals by William Floyd. So now it's the T-Birds that will look for the equalizer.
Pass dropped off. Now cycle back up top, moving it quickly all the way across is Murphy. Now they go down low with it. Quick cut behind the cage. Lineman. Murphy moves it quickly. Connetquot cycling in the offensive end here up top.
And so far, a nice job defensively by Floyd. Ball with Elliott. Now they're going to work this over to X. And nice look. Oh, just unable to get a clean look there is Elizalde. Ball stays with the T-Birds, but now the shot clock inside of 20 seconds.
Elizalde got the scoring started early in the first quarter today. Since then, not a whole lot for the T-Birds. Did get 2 more. We get an opportunity here, though, for the Thunderbirds. A free position look.
Yeah, so this is going to be the freshman, Kaylee Fitzgibbon, number 7. So a big opportunity here to tie up this game at 4. Fitzy with 9 to shoot.
She moves it. Stepping inside. Murphy unable to get a shot away.
And with 3 seconds on the shot clock, the ball will remain with Connetquot. So now it's going to be linemen. And this is where you got to have clock recognition here. Really the only option at this point is to shoot this one here. Try to get this one on cage. So let's see if lineman is aware.
Lineman moves in. She does shoot. And she scores.
Nicely done by the freshman Genevieve lineman, cashing in on the free position with just 3 to shoot. And that is going to tie up the game at 4. So a big spot there for the T-Birds. And lineman, she delivers.
A huge goal for the T-Birds. Quick response as well. Gets them back even here with 8:11 left in quarter number 3. T-Birds in action next on the 11th at North Babylon. Looking to finish this one off with a win. Still a long ways to go, though, in a tie ball game here so far. The next one for William Floyd, the 15th at Longwood.
And that's going to be another win on the draw for linemen. So that's back-to-back wins for her. And so now, just like that, we have a chance for the home team, Connetquot, to reclaim the lead here with just over 4 minutes gone by in quarter number 3.
Quick passing. Looks like a foul there behind the cage.
Yes.
T-Birds will stay with possession. 7D to shoot.
Possession with Natalie Nsinga, the sophomore.
Nsinga moves it, comes back up top. Elliott quickly swings it across. They go back down low. Nsinga up top once more. Down low. Oh, a nice cut there, but losing possession. And that allows William Floyd to take it back, at least for the moment. And then a giveaway right on the sideline. Knocked out of bounds, though. And it looks like it will stay with the Colonials.
Yeah, this will remain with Floyd. Good effort, though, by Jamie Elliott, number 6, trying to make something happen on the ride. And this ball back on the deck, so Connetquot really getting after it, making it difficult for Floyd to get the ball back up to their offense.
Gianna Trotta gets to it and finally is able to send Floyd off and running up the field. Pass comes across. A shot towards the goal, knocked down in front. Still bouncing around to the left of the cage, and now we get a stoppage, or at least for a moment there, as Connetquot comes away with it and is given free possession.
Yeah, so now the T-Birds with a chance to clear. So Van Comthout, number 23, with the rock. Looks like she draws a foul. Going to work it to the middle of the field with Elizalde. And the ball back on offense in the stick of Bianca Graham.
Graham able to weave her way all the way through into the attacking end here with a minute left on the shot clock as Connetquot will settle things down.
Just unable to handle the pass cleanly there was Murphy. But the foul called will send Pimentel behind, and the ball remains with Connetquot.
Murphy hit the deck hard there. Gets back to her feet, though, and restarts the play. Now the pass finds her again. Fakes the shot.
And another whistle here, so give the ball back to Murphy.
Just over 5 minutes left in quarter number 3. William Floyd and Connetquot tied up at 4 here on the LILJ Buoy Game of the Week on LI Sports Network. Murphy with it. See what she elects to do here. Defenders all around her, and she makes the quick pass out. Back behind it goes.
Nice handle there by Elliott. Shot clock approaching 15 seconds.
Elliott moves it quickly. Now down low, a shot, score! Connetquot regains the lead with 4.5 left here in quarter number 3.
Sydney Elizalde with that goal. That's her second of the game. And that puts the T-Birds back in front now, 5-4. With 4:30 remaining in quarter number 3.
Some more good passing there by Connetquot Elizalde. A nice cut as well to get her hands free for the shot. Right down Broadway. As you mentioned, her second of the game. Scored exactly 1 minute in to the first quarter, which got the scoreboard up and running to make it a 1-0 lead, and now puts her team up 5-4. So back and forth now we go. Another draw here at midfield, a very important one.
Yeah, and this is where you can potentially see a momentum shift depending on how this draw goes. And it does, in fact, go to Connetquot. So that's another win for Lineman. So keep tabs of Genevieve Lineman on the draw. She's done a nice job winning the last handful for the T-Birds. And so another offensive possession, looking to increase this lead back to 2 with about 4 minutes remaining here in the third quarter.
Up top they go. Wind howling here at Connetquot High School. Luckily we are indoors here in the press box. We do feel for our cameraman Wally Mitchell outside right now. Travis Quigley running the board. Brady Campbell and Ellis Joshua here taking you through this one. Connetquot behind the goal. They keep it moving. Fitzgibbon goes up top. Murphy.
Now that's Elliott. She goes to Fitzgibbon, number 7. And now nice handle there by Graham.
Graham, a shot, I believe that hit the post.
Definitely hit the post, Brady, which will get a reset on the shot clock. Like the take there by Bianca Graham. Just unable to find the back of the net, but fresh time to work with for the T-Birds.
Southern pass out in front. Quick stick. Didn't make it through. Still loose. Scoop back up here by Connetquot. Graham.
She gives to Fitzgibbon. And that shot off the pipes. So that'll be another reset.
2 posts for Connetquot on that possession. And they come up empty as William Floyd comes back the other way. Catch a bit of a break there, and now we'll look to take advantage of still only trailing by 1 with 2.5 left in the quarter.
Well, they say, Brady, the pipes are a goalie's best friend, and so they definitely came through there for Hipperling, for William Floyd, to keep this a 1-goal game.
Now looking to cash in. Sam Lahan up top. Gets the return feedback from Pimentel. Throws it down low right in front of the crease. Swarming defense here by Connetquot. Ball still on the deck and picked back up again by Floyd.
Yeah, good GB there by Wygand to keep this possession alive after Tiedemann was swarmed. Oh, nice look. Just unable to be handled cleanly there by Tiedemann. Oh, but the look was certainly there. And she would have had a great opportunity for goal number 4 in the game. But instead, this is going back the other way. So Connetquot looking to clear back up to their offense. So Truglio looking for Melchiona. Ball down as DeMeo getting in the mix on the ride for Floyd. Looking to box out. And that's a nice job by DeMeo. So she gives possession back to the Colonials here.
Great effort by DeMeo, and then drew another foul as she tried to work it into the box. So she'll get a little bit more space to operate with here. Now takes it down low. Potential look at the cage. Now forced to the outside. Gets it checked away, but will maintain possession.
Yeah, and with time running down here in this third quarter, now 40 seconds to go. So the shot clock not a factor. And looks like we're going to have a timeout here. So this is going to be a timeout taken, the first of the game by either team. So Floyd taking the timeout, looking to draw something up here in the final 33 seconds of quarter number 3. Looking to tie the game up, heading to the 4th.
Crucial final half minute here, especially for Floyd with possession. They'll look to get things even at 5. A back and forth game here at Connetquot High School in this game of the week, and a huge one really for both sides, especially Connetquot still looking for their first one of the year, trying to do it at home here today. They've played overall a pretty sound game, have had some stellar defense at times. If not for Ava Tiedemann, they might be borderline running away with it, if you will. But give credit to Floyd, they've hung in there all the way throughout.
Yeah, well, this is a game where I would definitely say these are two kind of evenly matched teams going into this matchup. And, you know, one thing we should note for Connetquot, so their oppositions that they faced going into this game, they faced two teams that were in the county finals last year in Long Beach and Northport, and they also faced a county champion in Wantagh. So they've had some tough matchups to start the season. But, you know, those non-league games, so the games against Long Beach and the game against Long Beach and Wantagh, those are good matchups that will help you gear up for the start of your league play. Playing some tough opponents, teams that are once again in contention for another county championship this year. So, you know, even though they're 0-3, there's definitely something to be said about the opponents that they've played. And also in their last game, holding Northport to 6 goals, that's definitely an impressive feat. So Northport still came away with the victory there, 6-4. But that was something that I'm sure Connetquot was able to hang their hats on going into this matchup against William Floyd, considering the defensive effort that they put forth in their last matchup.
Absolutely, and they hung in there. They battled against Long Beach and Wantagh, only fell by 4 to Long Beach. Wantagh, they did lose by 8, but it did kind of feel a bit tighter than that score may have shown. And then, as you mentioned, just getting better and better, holding a team like Northport to just 6. Meanwhile, for William Floyd, pretty much all their games were relatively one-sided, at least on the score sheet. They dropped to 0-2 and then quickly responded, getting back to 2-2 against some pretty tough opponents as well themselves, as we come out of the timeout and a free position attempt here, looking to even things back up. Slight delay after the timeout.
Yeah, waiting for
looks
for the
like
officials.
Kind of an important part of the game.
And the officials explaining something right now to the Connetquot coaching staff.
A long discussion here.
So we know that the ball is going to be in the stick of Emma DeMeo for William Floyd. So definitely the right person that you want here on this upcoming free position, looking to tie up the game. And again, got to give credit to the defense of Connetquot, keeping DeMeo quiet in this matchup. But this is a chance for her to find the back of the net and get into the scoring column and get herself going in this matchup going into the 4th quarter.
Sun poking through now through the clouds. DeMeo, as the officials are set to go, with the free position attempt to the left side of the cage, defended by Morley. Moves in, shoots, she scores! Huge goal for DeMeo. We are tied again.
And DeMeo fired up after that goal. She knows how big that one is as we wind down quarter number 3. DeMeo, the lefty, that's a great spot to be in on the free position to cash in. And so she took full advantage. So now a 5-5 game with 36 seconds remaining here in the 3rd quarter. So still a chance for either side to make something happen, maybe record another tally here before the end of this third quarter. So another big draw upcoming between Genevieve Lineman and Riley Meyer.
3 goals in the final minute of each quarter, 1 apiece for William Floyd. They've all been crucial ones as well, as the draw was controlled by Connetquot. And we get a whistle, a foul call here against Floyd, as Elliott went down. She gets back to her feet. We restart here. 25 left. Graham moving in, double teamed, drops it off.
Now just 10 seconds remaining. Ball back to Elizalde.
Wow, tough angle try. She scores a hat trick. Elizalde with just 7 left on the clock. And Connetquot regains the lead.
And we just said it, Brady. That draw was huge. So definitely have to give credit to linemen battling and winning another draw, giving the T-Birds that offensive possession and a chance to reclaim the lead. And so they take advantage. So for Elizalde, her 3rd of the game. And that is going to give them a 1-goal lead with 7 seconds remaining here in this third quarter.
So a 6-5 lead. Does either team have time to maybe get a quick draw control win? As we mentioned, a hat trick for the Cortland commit, Elizalde. One of 2 players in the game with a hat trick. Tiedemann has the other. As off the draw control, we get a stoppage, and looks like we'll redo it here.
Yeah, so we'll do this one again. Now just a second remaining here in this third quarter.
And the second left, it goes up in the air, and we hit the horn. An entertaining third quarter, back and forth. In the end, the Thunderbirds, the late goal, Elizalde, has them in front 6-5. 12 minutes left on the clock, and once again, still anyone's game here. As we will move into the fourth quarter, we'll take a brief break and come right back. Brady Campbell and Ellis Joshua with you here for the LILJ Buoy Game of the Week on LI Sports Network. And welcome back to the LILJ Buoy Game of the Week on LI Sports Network. Brady Campbell and Ellis Joshua with you from Connetquot High School. The Thunderbirds of Connetquot, a 6-5 lead over the William Floyd Colonials as we start the fourth quarter of play. Back and forth game, Ellis. We've had a hat trick, one on each side as well. What's it going to take for both these teams to come away with a much-needed victory?
Yeah, well, I would say for Connetquot, they got to like where they're at right now, especially on the defensive end, considering they've kept Emma DeMeo very quiet in this game. Just the 1 point, the one goal on the free position that she scored towards the end of that third quarter. But them being able to shut her and really keep her contained, they've done a great job. So I think that's the key, just continuing to do what you're doing on the defensive end and hope that maybe you can get a couple goals here in this fourth quarter to give you some insurance. And if you're William Floyd, it's the opposite. It's getting Emma DeMeo involved if you can. Again, you got to give credit to the T-Birds defense, but we'll see if that goal that she scored in that third quarter can kind of get her going here in these final 12 minutes.
Well, this certainly helps keeping the ball out of her stick. The draw control to start the fourth has been won by Connetquot, and they've had possession here for this opening minute. Just cycling it around here. Behind the net, goes to the side. We get a whistle. And possession will stay with the T-Birds on the far side.
So this is going to stay with Hayden Murphy, number 16. So she keeps the rock. And it will be Chloe DeMeo going behind. And this is going to be a free position here for Murphy. So an early chance for some insurance. Instead, she pulls it back out with now 30 on the shot clock.
They move it around. Aggressive defense here by Floyd to start this fourth quarter. Forcing Connetquot to move it quickly, which they have done. Feed comes across, drop down low.
Now just 10 on the shot clock.
Elizalde forced behind. We get a stoppage here.
Yeah, so the contact they're drawn with 7 on the shot clock. So it's going to go to Taryn Murphy, number 34 for the T-Birds. So she's now going to get the free position. So short time here, but a chance to give them that 2-goal lead back here early in this fourth quarter if she can connect.
Murphy moves in, takes a quick shot, a bounce shot, save, Hipperling. A huge one as Murphy tried to give Connetquot their first multi-goal lead since the fourth quarter. Or excuse me, the first quarter. We are in the fourth quarter. Unable to do so there.
Yeah, and that's a pretty big save here early in this fourth quarter by Hipperling to keep this a 1-goal game. And now you see if you can take that save on one end and turn it into a good offensive possession on the other end if you're William Floyd.
They'll slow things down here. Tiedemann goes across with it. Fake shot, and then we get a whistle here. And it'll be a free position here on the near side. Quick pass down low. They return it back up top. Quick passing, centering feed. Unable to get a shot away.
Yeah, that's good defense by the T-Birds. Not allowing that shot by Tiedemann. And now with another whistle here. This is going to be a foul, so it's going to be Bianca Graham going behind and possession starting with Jayla Pimentel.
Pimentel moves it right off the restart. Quick feed across and several stoppages here for another free position attempt coming.
Yeah, nice job by Wadecki drawing the shooting space there with 23 on the shot clock. So Madison Wadecki with the free position. Gonna look to try to tie up this game at 6 apiece.
She moves in, shoots, and she scores! Wadecki on the score sheet, a big goal. We are level again with 7:47 left.
So a big spot for Wadecki, and she comes up big for the Colonials. So she gets into the scoring column, and that now makes it a 6-6 game, which will send us back for another draw here with 7:47 to go in the fourth quarter.
So Wadecki comes through, just her second goal of the season, a big one for this William Floyd team. Back and forth we go now as we enter the latter stages of this game. Both these teams, as Ellis said before, pretty evenly matched, though record-wise, Connetquot still looking for their first victory. William Floyd looking to get over 500 for the first time this year.
That's a great GB by number 17, Kara Ryden, coming up with that possession for Connetquot. So they win the ensuing draw, and now looking to answer after the goal by Wadecki for Floyd.
Quick ball movement, lineman sends it up top. Feed down low. And we get another stoppage here. Looks like another shooting space foul upcoming, so free position look for Connetquot.
Yeah, so it's going to be Regan Silhan, number 9, with this free position opportunity. Nice look.
Passes it to the front, too easy there. Great feed by Silhan. Connetquot with the response. They go back up 7-6.
Yeah, so the feed by Silhan and the finish by Bianca Graham. And that puts the T-Birds, like you said, Brady, back in front, 7-6. And that's a nice job by Silhan. Just making that extra pass, finding the cutting Graham wide open right in front of the cage there for the finish.
Graham, the 2026 UNC Charlotte commit, comes through with a big goal. Back and forth we go. These two teams trading goals now. After Connetquot scored the first 3, William Floyd tied it. And since then, it's been 1 per side. And the lead back to the T-Birds with 6.5 to go.
So another win on the draw there for linemen, which that's been a huge deal in this game, with Connetquot having that advantage in the draw control battle. So got to give a lot of credit to the freshman Genevieve lineman, who's already in year 3 on varsity for this program. Oh,
centering pass, a good look. Didn't make it through.
Yeah, lineman able to keep that possession alive.
Flipped all the way up top. And we get another whistle. The lineman a goal today, and all reliable at the draw circle as well for the last few years for this Connetquot team. Has had herself a good game so far. So we get another free position attempt up top this time. A wrap try from a tough angle, and Hipperling out of her crease makes the save. Comes all the way to the near side, right at the sideline.
Yeah, so the shot there by Elizalde, that one denied by Hipperling, like you said, Brady, but it resets the shot clock. Ball will still remain with the T-Birds here, with plenty of time to work with on the shot clock. Oh, but it goes out of bounds there on the pass. So just an unforced turnover there, giving this one back to Floyd.
On the far sideline, goes out again, but it will stay with Floyd as we hit 5 minutes remaining. Look at this, a good pass, bringing a chance down low with a check right in front of the crease. It comes free to Morley, but we get a foul.
Yeah, so the contact drawn there by Madison Wadecki. So this is going to give her the ball back. She's going to get a free position here, looking for her second of the game, and a chance to even this one up at 7 apiece.
She tied it earlier, looks to do it again, and she does. Wadecki off the free position attempt, her second ties it.
So another big answer for William Floyd as we take another look at this one. Wadecki finishing that free position with authority. So 2 big goals for the senior committed to Catawba. And at 7 apiece with 4:18 remaining in the fourth quarter, we go back to the draw circle.
Back and forth, 4 minutes remaining. Which team can get a late goal here and just hang on to triple zeros? Still a bit of a ways to go before we solve it. Off the draw, controlled by the T-Birds. Another one for linemen.
Yeah, that's definitely a position where Connetquot has to feel good when they go back to the draw circle. Lineman, she's had a tremendous game winning draws for the T-Birds. And they've done a nice job of cashing in those big spots after she wins these draws. And looks like we have a whistle here. So possession is going to go to Sydney Elizalde here.
Elizalde from just above the goal line. We'll try to cash in from a tough angle, or perhaps try to catch the defense in a bad spot. She moves to the front, couldn't get it to go.
Oh, but it looks like she's going to get another crack at this one here. So give the ball back to Elizalde, absorbing the contact on that first free position attempt.
And a little bit of a better angle this time as well. See if she can cash in with just over 3 minutes to go. She moves in, force back, cut, shoots, doesn't make it through. Hipperling may have gotten the piece. Floyd takes back possession as now Hipperling will look to settle things down. She moves it quickly, and back the other way comes Floyd.
And that's a huge stop there by William Floyd, keeping this game tied up at 7. So they have the ball now at midfield after drawing that foul. So possession with Gianna Trotta, number 6. And so Silhan will go behind, and the ball is now on offense with Floyd. A chance for the Colonials to take an 8-7 lead here with just over 2 minutes remaining.
Have been playing catch-up throughout most of this game. For the most part, only 1 goal, at least since early in the second quarter. But now have a chance to take a rare lead that they've had in this game. They pass it down low. Cutting back with a stuff try, it goes! And with just under 2 minutes to go, the Colonials regain the lead.
And that is, in fact, a hat trick for Madison Wadecki.
She has scored the last 3 for her team. I guess what you would call a team natural hat trick for William Floyd. She puts her team up 8-7 with just 1:51 on the clock.
So Wadecki showcasing the clutch gene inside of 2 minutes remaining here. And she was certainly fired up after that one, knowing how big of a spot that was for William Floyd here. Now this is certainly a huge draw for the T-Birds. Can lineman come up with another one?
She does. Under pressure immediately, though. And she'll stay with possession. So Wadecki and Tiedman with hat tricks for the Colonials. On the other side, Elizalde has one for Connetquot. Connetquot will take one right now from anybody with 90 seconds to play.
And for Connetquot, they still have both of their timeouts in this game. So they could certainly consider using one here with now 1:10 remaining. And they are trailing by a goal
Dangerous play there. Elliott couldn't quite handle the pass. She'll get to keep possession. As we hit 60 seconds to play. What a game this has been. 8-7 William Floyd in front. Can Connetquot tie it? Pass comes all the way back. Scooped up again. Another errant pass. Unable to be scooped up. Still a try towards the goal. Ends up behind the net. Back out in front. A stuff attempt wouldn't go. But an opportunity perhaps here for Connetquot.
So with 33 seconds left, the ball is in the stick of Regan Silhan, number 9. So this, needless to say, a huge spot for the T-Birds, looking to even this game at 8.
33 seconds remaining. Tough angle, Silhan cuts for a better angle.
Look.
Feeds it in front, it didn't go.
Oh, but it looks like we do have a whistle. So a foul is in fact called. So the ball will remain with the T-Birds. And it's going to be Jamie Elliott, number 6, the senior, committed to Binghamton. A chance to deliver in a clutch situation with 25 seconds left.
Can the future Bearcat come through? Moves in, takes the shot, scores! Elliott ties it, just 21 seconds left.
Clutch, clutch, clutch. Jamie Elliott, she delivers the game-tying goal for the T-Birds. Her first of the game. Couldn't have come at a better time. And at 8-8 with 21 seconds remaining, still so much to be decided. Will we have overtime? Or will someone else come through as a hero in these final 21 seconds of the fourth?
As you said, overtime now looming in these final seconds. Still time, though. Crucial draw control. The most important of the game so far.
Now the question is, whoever wins the draw, do you take a timeout? Floyd still with 1 remaining. Connetquot, as we mentioned moments ago, still have both of their timeouts.
And a clean win. What a win that was by Lineman. She finds her way in. It looks like we do get a timeout call.
So Lyman, we cannot say enough about how great she has been on the draw in this matchup, coming up with all the big draws for the T-Birds. And now with 13 seconds left, excuse me, they now have a chance to try to win this game.
And what a game this has been. The game of the week indeed. Starting at 3-0 Connetquot in the first. 3-3 William Floyd responded. And then the teams just traded goals back and forth. William Floyd had the lead. Connetquot tied it up. Connetquot had a couple leads in a row, but only 1 goal. Were unable to pull away by any more than that. William Floyd hung in there. The Colonials got a 1-goal lead in the latter stages, but Connetquot able to tie it in the final minute. That's where we stand right now. And as you said, just 13 seconds left. And Connetquot likely going to hold for the last shot here after the timeout. Don't want to give William Floyd any opportunity.
Yeah, absolutely. They'll definitely hold the ball for the final shot here of this fourth quarter. So worst case scenario for them should certainly be overtime. But they certainly have other ideas trying to win this game here in the final 13 seconds. So just kind of running through the scores in this matchup for the T-Birds who have the ball coming out of this timeout. We have a hat trick for Sydney Elizalde. Jamie Elliott coming through moments ago with the game-tying goal. We also have goals by Bianca Graham, Genevieve Lineman, Hayden Murphy, and Taryn Murphy. So that is the scoring for the T-Birds. So we got 13 seconds to go as we come out of this timeout. And so what does Connetquot have in store? Will they come away with a walk-off win here in regulation? Or is this one heading for overtime? And so it looks like the ball is going to be starting with Jamie Elliott, number 6. So definitely a good person to have the ball in your stick if you're the T-Birds. Elliott, a good decision maker. Not going to force the issue, but certainly going to try to make the right play.
Elliott starts up top. Here we go. Moving with it. Drops it off. Forced back. 5 seconds left. Pass down low. Turning with it, Lyman. Can't get anything towards the goal. Just flips it out in front. But they're going to run out of time. And 4 quarters. Not enough. 8-8. We will head to overtime.
Man, so that's a really good defensive stance by William Floyd. Defense holding up there in those final 13 seconds. And not even allowing a shot for Connetquot. So that was best case scenario for William Floyd. So got to give credit to their defense coming up in a huge spot. And so we will add more time to the clock and play overtime here.
Goaltending has been good when needed too. Julia Hipperling, Shannon Morley have come up with a couple big saves. Also have to think back to that one possession where for Connetquot they hit 2 posts in that same possession. The score could have played out a bit differently, but instead we are headed to overtime. We'll take a brief timeout. Be back for sudden death next here on LI Sports Network. It's the LILJ Buoy Game of the Week. Welcome back to Connetquot High School. It's Brady Campbell and Ellis Joshua. Overtime, Connetquot and William Floyd. What a game it's been. It is the LILJ Buoy Game of the Week here on LI Sports Network. And it's an 8-8 tie, 3 minutes up on the scoreboard. We'll play until we get a winner.
So on this opening draw of OT, once again, it's lineman for the T-Birds and Meyer for Floyd.
Up in the air it goes. This time on the deck. Who's going to come away with this important ground ball? It's the Colonials. But it goes back down and scooped right back up. This time by Connetquot.
What a huge play there by Jamie Elliott, getting that possession back, as it looked like, as you said, Brady, it was going to go to Floyd. But that's a huge play by Elliott, and we're going to have our first yellow of the game. So now it's Connetquot up a girl here to start overtime as the yellow assessed to Madison Wadecki, number 9. So Elliott, she'll start with the rock.
Wadecki, a hero throughout the latter stages of this game. Can't believe it here as she's hoping her team can come through with a big-time stop. Just 16 seconds here into the extra frame. Can Connetquot get their first victory of the season here at home? We'll start things off with Elliott. Murphy goes across with it.
So they work this around, and now the ball back in the stick of Elliott.
She goes to lineman. Murphy. The lineman, Elliott. Swarming D here by William Floyd. Drop pass. Feed into the middle. Right back. Down low. And we get a whistle here and perhaps an opportunity. Free position for Connetquot.
So it's going to be Regan Silhan with a chance to be a hero for the T-Birds and give them their first win as she lines up for the free position here with 1:41 remaining in overtime. Can Silhan deliver for the T-Birds?
Silhan from the near side, moves in, shoots, and she couldn't get it to go. Hipperling comes through for the Colonials.
Monumental save by Julia Hipperling, keeping this game alive for Floyd.
And they will call a timeout. Had a bit of trouble there. The full field press that time from Connetquot, not making things easy. They'll get their timeout in a minute 13 on the clock. Here in overtime, Connetquot had the first possession, a golden opportunity for Silhan. And Hipperling comes through when her team needed her most here. And so the Colonials will have their first possession.
So out of this timeout here, we're going to see what William Floyd can come up with. Remember, they are still down a girl here in this OT after that yellow assessed to Wadecki. So if you're Connetquot, you can definitely apply extra pressure on the ball here, take advantage of the fact that you're still up a girl, but definitely have to give major credit, Brady, to Julia Hipperling on that save. A huge spot on a free position, certainly not easy. A lot of games are won in overtime in girls and women's lacrosse on free positions, so certainly not an ideal spot to be in if you were Floyd, but got to give a lot of credit to Hipperling delivering in that crucial moment.
Massive stop for Hipperling, the 2026 grad, and now a chance for William Floyd to go down and win it. As Elliott mentioned, still a girl down for a little bit more time here in this 8-8 tie. And the Connetquot defense, who very early on this game was phenomenal as they took the 3-0 lead, was able to hold the Colonials off the board. Still have come up with some crucial stops throughout. Will look to do so again, as well as their goaltender, number 96, Shannon Morley. He'll start all the way back down here, deep in the William Floyd end of the field.
So the ball looks like it's going to start with Ava Tiedman, number 13. And so Connetquot, for a moment there, looking like they'd send 2 to the ball. But now it's going to be Floyd looking to get the ball up to their offense. And Connetquot trying to ride this one back.
Connetquot with pressure here in the Floyd end. And we get a whistle now. And we'll reset here just over the midfield line. William Floyd still in possession at about the 40-yard line of the football lines here on the field. And looks like we may have another foul here against Connetquot. Just under a minute left in this first overtime. Ken Floyd. They've been down multiple times in this game. Most of them by only one goal. Can they complete this massive victory? Out comes Wadecki.
And that'll do it for the yellow, by the way. Yep, you said it. Wadecki back on the field.
And do we have a foul here coming up against the T-Birds with just over half a minute left? Looks like we do. And so now Morley's going to have to make the save of the game. Can Floyd win it? Free position attempt, right in, score! The Colonials pull off the victory and get to above 500 on the season. A 9-8 win in overtime.
And it's Riley Wygand. She wins it for William Floyd. She cashes in on the free position, and that gives them the 9-8 win. So it's the sophomore showing the clutch gene as we take another look at this one. Wygand, she's got ice water in her veins. And William Floyd, they celebrate on the field as they come away with the win. And like you said, Brady, move to above 500, now 3-2 on the season. What a matchup here between two Class A teams in Suffolk County.
Absolutely. So Wygand 22 in green, the attackman 2027 graduate. Had a couple big assists on some of the early goals for Tiedemann. And then a couple big goals, including the dagger. A heartbreaking loss for this Connetquot team as they drop to 0-4. They look to get back on track against North Babylon. Another hard-fought game, though, between these two sides. The LILJ Buoy Game of the Week, as it should have been. What a game, an overtime thriller. And that'll do it for our coverage. For everyone here at LILJ and LI Sports Network, Wally Mitchell finally back inside as he braved the elements on camera. Travis Quigley on board. For Ellis Joshua, I'm Brady Campbell signing off. What a thriller. The final score, the William Floyd Colonials 9 and the Connetquot Thunderbirds 8 in overtime. You have been tuned in to the LILJ Buoy Game of the Week here on LI Sports Network.